Alright, this is the first stream in like 3 months or something. I'm hoping to get into a more regular rhythm here. I should add that there are people mowing outside of my apartment right now, so I might have to go and close my window in a bit if it gets loud. Yeah, so I'm going to be working on my main project right now, which is this. I do have a to-do list I left for myself. Actually, does it? Yeah, it's been 2 months since the last commit I've done into the repository. Yeah. Oh wait, actually I forgot. I need to send the link into Discord. Hello everyone. I see people are coming in now. Oh man. You might hear like a double of me here because I've got my desktop audio on. Yeah, the cool thing about the Calamity soundtrack, I've listened to a decent amount of DM Docker's music, but yeah, he doesn't have it registered with the YouTube copyright thingy, and he does say we're allowed to use it for streams and stuff. I did buy the entire album, but people like Snail's House, which is my preference for stream music, I can't actually use now because he's put all his music into the YouTube copyright system, or not him specifically. It's like the I don't know what you call them. The groups he works with have put his music in there for him, and now I get copyrighted whenever I stream with his music, even though we're allowed to use it for those purposes. You just get copyrighted. So yeah, the Calamity stuff doesn't get copyrighted, which is why I like to use it. First time on my live, welcome. I still need to send the link. I got it on my clipboard. Don't mind my Discord server. Boop. Okay. No, I didn't make Python. Alright, so I'll do a quick demo of where I'm at right now. So I got like crates and stuff, and hold on, it's this thing. This is the main AI. I just pumped it full of revolver shots. I'm missing. I don't know if you can hear my mouse clicking. Can also go down here, but there's not much point in that. I do need to fix some of the performance stuff on this game. It's not quite ideal. I can do better. So the first thing I'm going to be working on today is actually this bridge here. If you look at my to-do list, hold on. First thing, drop through platforms. So I need to make this thing so that you can actually stand on it and just press S to drop through. And then same thing with this one right here. Oh wait, no, that's actually a physical thing. That needs to not be a physical block. I need to just drop through that. And then I've got all these boxes right here. Also, I've got... Wait, can I like hit this one? It takes more than one hit with a sword. I can knock it off. Wait, are the barrels one hit? Oh, it looks like they are. But the crates are not. Man, it's been so long since I've worked on this game that I've forgotten how all this stuff is balanced. And then there's this ledge here, and then I believe the end of the area is going to be right here, and then you go into a kind of like doorway thing that will take you to something called the white zone. And the white zones are like connections between levels. The white zones also are where all the boss fights are going to happen. The white zones will consist of 2 colors, just black and white, so I can do fancy boss animations, and their only color is black, so it doesn't take very much effort to go ham on animation. So like a lot of what I'm looking forward to with this game is just getting some practice animating stuff. So I'm hopefully going to have some crazy animations since it's only 2 colors for the boss fights. But yeah. Do I know you love 2D? Yes. I have not tried. Oh wait, no, maybe I did try it briefly. I think, from what I understand, I haven't tried enough to know this, but I've seen people working with it. I know people that work with it. But from what I understand, I think in a lot of ways it's better than Pygame. There's a lot more people. I'm gonna go close my window. Hold on. A moment. Wrong audio. All right, I'm back. Close my window. But yeah, so Love2D. I know people that use it, and from what I understand, it is better than Pygame in a lot of ways. But yeah, the issue is it just doesn't use Python. It uses Lua, and I don't like Lua. So in that sense, I prefer Pygame. It also, I think, if I remember correctly, Python does give you a little bit more control in how you structure your game overall, which is another thing I like. And that's actually one of the initial reasons why I didn't switch to using Love2D early on, because I did try it, I think, probably when I was like 15, so I was probably 3 years into using Pygame. And now I'm 8 years into using Pygame. Over 8 years. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Did YouTube censor you? No, because I can see your thing. Unless you sent another message that I didn't see. I have no clue what Zork is. The resizable windows, I believe those same methods still works. Ignore my tracking, I'm scratching my eye. And the tracking's heavily based on my eye, so it's freaking out. Yeah, I think the old method still works. Then again, I haven't touched resizing windows in a bit. I think there's a couple things that are a little bit wonky now. I haven't messed with it in a bit, so I might mess with it later and then find, oh, it's messed up, and then I could go and probably pin a comment or something. But Pygame was meant to, well, Pygame 2 was meant to be backwards compatible with Pygame 1.9. There is the new, what is it, the scalable or scaled tag, or yeah, the tag for the window initialization, where you can just scale it, and it does it automatically. That is the standard nowadays. Although they kept changing it, like how it functioned between different dev versions, so I'm not sure what the current state of that is exactly. I'll have to deal with that when I actually get closer to finishing this game. Actually, I'm not sure, I might have implemented it in this one. Although I can't mess with that, because if I do, like if I put this full screen, because it's not full screen for me, but if I put this full screen, it would glitch at the stream. Okay, anyways, I need to get to work here. So, drop through platforms are first. Oh, I also need to make this one drop through. So, I don't know if you guys saw my devlog series, but I'll use the same method. So basically, I made a tile that you could place anywhere on the map, essentially. It was an off-grid tile. And that added physics, essentially, or drop-through physics to whatever I wanted. Instead of it being an inherent element of, like, say, this tile or that one, or the bridge over here. So, I guess first thing to do is to add something to my tile set for that. Hold on. Just gonna pull the file off screen. I really need to delete my tax documents I left here. Although ideally I just have an operating system for development, which I'm working on. That's what the Manjaro in my web development series is for, partially. I'd like to get to a point where I can stream from it. So data, images, I think I'm in the right spot here. Ooh, this is okay. Huh. Good thing I left this here, because I know I've thought about this issue multiple times and I keep forgetting what the layout's gonna be. Because right now W is jump. I don't use spacebar for jump. So yeah, drop through is in fact going to be S. That's what I thought it was gonna be. And yeah, that's what most people expect it to be. So let's see. Actually, I don't need a tile image in here. I only need it in the level editor, which is here. I guess bird's gonna get animated. That's like the third thing on my list. And when I animate that, it's going to be well, it's just kind of tile animations in general because I don't have that yet. So it looks like I need to make a new image. So I'll just open up this one, and then is this the right size? Are they 18 by 18? What is my tile size here? So it's 16 by 16. Yeah, 16 by 16. Like if I go down to this one, I'm pretty sure. So what's going on here? This isn't a 16 by 16, is it? Because I think it said it had even dimensions in the bottom. Let's see. Oh. What is that? That's not 16 by 16. Well, I can fix that. So this is wait, was it 17, 18 I saw? So I think that's correct. There we go, that's the proper size. So now I can do this. I also made background color to black. And I can just delete. Boop. And I just need to draw something on here so that when I'm editing levels, I can tell I've made a drop through platform. So what I did in my devlog series was, that's not the right size. I had a line at the top so I can see what the drop through element is. And then I can just do, I don't think that's readable. So I'll just put a D. Or I should do that. I'll do this. I'll do it the clean way. There we go. I could do this. DR. Totally not doctor, but... So I can take that and save this as... Hold on. Data. Images. Wait, no, that's goes in the editor, so I can pull this up now. Image. Let's call this functionals. There we go, and you can see it popped up under my git changes on the right. So theoretically, I should be able to pull this up in my level editor. How do I do that level? Well, you're about to see how I do that level. Use my level editor. What theme is that? I forgot. I think it's partially based on the default one. Oh, hello, Smelly Frog. Okay, so entities functionals. I do need to load the map, so that's going to be save. So I can take this thing, I think I press G to get off grid, and then I just kind of place them on here. Actually, what am I looking at? Oh, I don't have the offsets applied properly, I don't think. But I can place these on grid or off grid, I guess, so I can do that. I need to be mindful of my layers here, or else I'm gonna replace a tile. So I can just place these like this. And then for this one, if you have the platforms in the middle, so I'll just go off grid. And I have to be very careful about how I place this. I'm not sure what the offset looks like for this tile here. I think it's placed off grid, so it should be exact. I have to like do perfect pixel placement here, which is a little bit inconvenient, but So that's good enough. I don't need to use more. I don't think those are the only ones on the map. So if I save this and actually try to run it in the game would crash because it doesn't know what these are yet. So that's the next thing to do. I don't even remember what the save key is. Hold on. Data. Wait, is an editor not in here? Hold on, I gotta do it like this. I should have. I have way too many things open on Notepad++, some of which are homework. There we go. So I have to look down into the keys here to see what the button was. I really need to make a readme or something. Oh. It's O, okay. So I press O. And you can see it modified it according to Git, so I'm good. Now I need to look into the save file and remember what this even looks like, how I stored my data. So this is the data, it's JSON. Yeah, I made the level editor. So functionals, here we go. Here are the new tiles. So I need to take that data, and when the level is loaded, convert that into like entities or something. Not sure how I'm gonna do this exactly. I could just make a special thing for handling drop throughs. Let me check my to-do list here. So drop throughs, I don't think there's any other special thing in here I gotta deal with. Yeah, so I'll just make a special thing for a special case for drop through platforms. So I think if I go to a world file here, I can see where it's coming from. So tile map, tile map. So in here, there's gotta be some point where I filter out like the entities. Maybe. Oh, load entities, yeah, here we go. So I can just make a new function, def load drop throughs. Self entity manager. Ooh. Do I want that under the entity manager? Or should that be under the world? I guess I could throw it in. It really should be under the world. That's a little bit annoying. Well, wait, the grass is under the entity manager, isn't it? Let's see. Entities. Where's grass? Oh, how's the grass working? Oh, it does GM. What is GM? Dot place tile. What? That's the grass manager. Duh. World. I guess I'll take in the world. And then world I'll self dot. Actually, I don't even have to. I'll declare it anyways. Actually, wait. Whatever. Self dot drop throughs. Actually, yeah. Now to think about it, if I'm gonna have like 15 entities, or 100 entities, this does need to be efficient. And every single entity is going to have to attempt to collide with the drop throughs. So if I don't put it into the tile system when applicable, it's going to be pretty slow. How do I want to do this? I could add an edge case for... yeah. So I guess I'll make this attribute here, and these drop throughs will only contain the ones that are off grid. I like how it's trying to complete my sentence here. Group drop throughs are in the tile map. So, I don't remember if the entity loader does both on-grid and off-grid or not. Or maybe if it just says one. Entity, or I'll call it the drop through filter equals lambda x type 0 drop through. There needs to be an and here though, because x type 1 equals 0. I think that's the y-axis position of the tile on the tile map. So that should match too. Well, is 0, not equals. And then for a tile in self.tile filter, I'll put pass for now. Let's see. Oh, it does both. Cool. I do need to see whether each tile is on the grid or not. I guess I could mathematically do it. I could just, because this function here, when you give it the filter, it strips out all of the information as to where it came from. It just merges them together in the same format, whether it's on grid or off grid. So I can determine whether it can be on grid or off grid again. It automatically removes it. I wonder if I should add a setting where I can just ignore the on-grid ones. Because now that I think about it, I can just leave them there and then process the drop-throughs when it's seen normally. So skip grid tiles equals false. And then I can filter it and then true. Now, if not skip grid tiles. Alright. What's my major? Computer science. How long have I been developing this game? That's a good question. Let's see when my commits go back. Well, it's not 3 months. Wait. Wait, I think it's the beginning of this year. Yeah, it's been a while. But it's been very on and off because I've been busy with other stuff. I was supposed to have the summer off just to work on it, and then that didn't happen because I got a good offer at work. For the Pine Star thing, just Google it. There's a fix for it. It's just a pain. Here's the Stack Overflow answer, if I remember correctly. So yeah. Now this filter is only going to give me the off-grid tiles. So I can append to the drop-throughs here. So I really only need, I guess, the location. So I have the location. I don't know if that's raw. I think that's the raw location. The layer, I don't need the layer. Is this, I don't need the layer. I really just need the location, I guess. So this can be a list of tuples. Ideally, actually, I turned it into Rex. Because that's what I'm going to have to collide with anyways. So, world dot, what's it called? Drop throughs dot append, and I can do pygame dot rect, and it has to be tile 0. I think the 0 is the location, so 0 0 tile 0 1, and it's going to be the tile size. I think it's in here. Self.tile size. I can splat it, self.tile size, and that'll fill out the last 2 fields. I don't think Pygame's imported. Oh, it is. I'm good. So that adds all the drop throughs. I do have to data images. Wait, no. Editor images. I gotta take this. Go into data, images. Where's the tiles? What? Am I blind? Where are they? Sprite sheets. So I don't remember if the default is to give it physics or not. Anyways, I gotta clear this thing out. Where's my... There we go. So this will be rendered in game, so I'm just going to fill it with transparent, aka black, so that it shows up as nothing in game. So now theoretically it should run. The question is, does it have physics? So we'll see. So I'm just gonna head over here. Good, it has no physics. The AI won't even jump across. Huh. Boop. Why does my YouTube analytics say I had like 90 viewers for like 2 seconds? What happened there? Anyways. Yeah, you can get digital signature, or the other option is to not use the one file argument. Another option is to, what was it? Oh, you can like rebuild something for PyInstaller, so it does generate stuff with information from your system. I would be concerned about compatibility issues if you do that. I don't know exactly how that works. I haven't messed with it because I don't want to do like package it specific for my system and then it doesn't work for a bunch of other Windows users. Yeah. So the option for me right now is, well, actually, if you're making it for like Steam or something, since the user doesn't run the executable directly, they will never see the warning. A digital signature costs money normally, which is a dumb thing. But yeah, if you don't use the one file argument, it usually won't catch. Okay, so I have my drop throughs theoretically. Let's see. Oh, I need to actually. I didn't run this function, duh. So I need to do this. Self.tilemap.load drop throughs, and then give it, I guess, just self. Run. It didn't crash. Good. Let's see if it has physics. Ooh, good. Now, print self.dropthroughs. Actually, should be stored in the tile map now that I think about it. Why is it an empty list? That should not be an empty list. Really? How'd that happen? So I'm going to take out that argument. I'm going to store the drop throughs in the tile map. Self.drop throughs equals an empty list. Okay, so I can. This needs to be self.tilemap.dropthroughs now. I'm going to make the filter a little bit less strict and see if it'll catch things now. I don't know why it's not catching the. I think it might be the type thing. Oh, that's the second half. I think still didn't get anything. What? Oh, that should have crashed. It doesn't even know what world it is. I don't think. Did it not run? So it runs. How does it not? Let's switch this to false and see what happens. Oh no, wrong one. This one. It didn't see anything still. Oh wait, it's not called drop through, it's called functionals. Duh. Let's flip that to true. Still nothing. Print A. What is that? Print A. Oh, I should probably zoom in so you guys can actually see the stuff I'm writing better. So nothing there. Let's take this off. What? How does it not see the functionals? Oh, I'm dumb. Hold on. I didn't update the map data maps. What's the current one? Intro? Intro old. Actually, no. I'm gonna have like several versions of this. I'm going to call this V1. And this one will just be intro. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So I now have the data for the drop throughs. You can see it spawned a bunch of rects. So I need some sort of way to handle the drop throughs, which isn't too hard. You pretty much only collide down, and then if you press S, you cannot collide down with them for a certain amount of time. Or there's also other stuff. What was it? Oh, your origin position before the movement starts has to be above the top of the tile. Because if not, then otherwise you can be in the middle of the drop through tile, and then you move down, and because you're colliding with the tile, it'll teleport you to the top of it. So you do have to check and make sure that before the movement occurred, your feet were above the top of the tile. And then, yeah, so if you press S, then your entity gets a thing where it ignores those tiles for a bit, which effectively makes you drop through it. So I'll add that thing that allows me to drop through first before the thing that actually has the physics for those tiles. It should probably be on entities. I need to give all entities the ability, or yeah, just the ability to go through, even though they probably won't ever be activated for anything other than player, and gonna give it anyways. So dropping equals, so this will be a timer. If it's above 0, it's dropping, or I'll call it drop through. And then I can, where's the, oh, I need to get the drop through input. So what is it? Ord S is 115. So if I go over to my input here, 115 is drop through. Drop through, trigger, press, binding, keyboard, 115. Mode, core. I don't need that last comma. Actually, that last comma would break it. It wouldn't even load the game. Okay. So now I need to find the input stuff. So base player movement input. I guess I'd do it here. So if self.game.input.states drop through, there's no S. Self.drop through equals, wait, was that press or hold? I think it needs to be able to hold. Where's the, yeah, it needs to be a hold trigger, not a press trigger. So hold means you can hold it down, press means it deactivates as soon as you, like after 1 frame. So let's set that to, how long should I give it? It should subtract DT, so let's give it 1/4 of a second. I might have to change that. I'll give it 0.4 seconds. So if allow movement, I think just in general, so self.drop through equals max 0, because I don't want it to go below 0. Self.drop through minus DT. There we go. So I've got the drop through thing. I can actually just print it out. So self.drop through, and then I can press S and you can see it. Actually, you can't see. You guys can't see the output when I do this. I can see this because, but from your perspective, you see it full screen. But these numbers down here are the output. The actual zeros in here, like they are because there's 2 players technically, and only one of them is a real player. Anyways, I'll read chat real quick before I actually implement the physics part of this. Yes, this is Adam. You like the flying Pokemon? Yeah, it's kind. Did I say it was based on? I think I did base it on Bronzong a bit, but I called it a metal head because it's just a head. Where is it? Come on, get over here. Yeah, it's just a head made out of metal, essentially. It's not even shaped quite like a head. It just has an eye. I already explained how to deal with a virus warning if you watch the playback on the stream and go back like 10 minutes. Why has Kite been down? They were, I think they were maybe acquired by another company or something. I don't know exactly what happened. It's funny because I'm sponsored by Tab9 right now, and they didn't even know why it went down, or at least not the guy I talked to for the sponsorship. Well, actually, it's probably not proper to say I'm sponsored right now, but they did sponsor a video of mine. So even though Tab9 competes with Kite, that was the guy I was talking to, they didn't know what happened there. And I found out, I forgot how I found out. I found out somehow. Maybe there was a page on their website somewhere or something, I don't know. Oh! I got an email, actually, from a contact there. I think that's what happened. I don't remember how I found out. Yeah, don't take my word on what happened there, because I don't even remember what exactly it was. But yeah, I'm using tab 9 right now. The source code, if you read the description, there's a link to my Patreon, and anyone who's a patron will have access to the source code for this project. Although the version that's there is a bit outdated, once I get through this list, I will do another source release on Patreon, and then soon after that, I'm hoping within 1 or 2 months after that, I'll actually go and make the website for this game to start advertising for it. Because I'm hoping, like, right now I'm mostly working on the fundamental mechanics, but things will start falling into place a lot faster once I start actually working on the content of the game rather than the mechanics. And so hopefully soon after I finish this list, I can have a working boss fight, because most of the mechanics are already here. And at that point, when I have that boss fight, I'm probably going to do like a closed demo in my closed alpha or whatever, with a demo in my Discord server or something. I'll probably have people sign up for that. I don't know, just get feedback. But yeah, at that point, I'll probably make a website. I'm looking forward to that, because I don't know why I really like making websites right now. Which, speaking of which, that's what I've been doing for the last month or so. Is I've been working on Hitblock, which is a competitive Beat Saber service, and that has a website and everything. Works with millions of scores of data and tens of thousands of leaderboards. It's a big project, but that has almost nothing to do with my YouTube channel, so you guys haven't really seen it. It's just another project to work on. I might do a video about it someday. I don't know how exactly I would present it, because it's probably not that interesting to most people, or at least not if I presented it as... I think it depends on framing, but I haven't found a good way to frame it that would make it interesting to watch. The game is called Vagrant right now. Hello, Nick Gaming. Okay, so yeah, I need to do physics for the drop-throughs. I'll do the tile-based ones first. So I think I just have to go into the entity here. Entity. And I have to find the... Does this inherit from physics? No, it doesn't. So there's something in here called move somewhere. What is this? Get visible. Implement for this project. What is this? I don't know what that is. Oh, is this checking whether it's on screen? Ah. So I do need to implement that later. Damage, move. Here's what I'm looking for. So this needs to... So it moves twice. one on each axis. And then it handles collisions. So it's in this for loop where I'm going to have to add my special logic. I actually only have to do it on the Y-based movement. Let's see. So I need to filter it out. So what information do I get here? I get tile. Ooh, is this just a rect? I need to make that a tuple. It's the collision list function up here. Boy. For it handles with a list of rects. Get nearby rects. Okay, so this thing needs to return tuples with a tile type, because I don't want all collisions to be the same. So tile map.get nearby rects needs to be changed. T is down here. Def get nearby. So I'm going to make this a tuple. So let's do first the type and then let's do the rect. So the type will be self.tile map check location 0, I think. I think that's what it is. Anyways, over here, collision list has to be updated because it did not expect a tuple before, and now it has to use a tuple. So collide rec R1, that's the rect, and just append R, so it'll return that tuple. So collision list. So for tile and hit list, tile, if tile 0, 0 is functionals. I guess there shouldn't be a single functional that it actually collides with at this point. But I'm trying to shortcut the logic because this is an operation that happens a ton of times per frame. So the more logic I put in here, the slower things are gonna get. But the more I shortcut the logic, the less scalable it is to new features. I think I've got room to not shortcut it too much. So I'm gonna do if it's functionals, if tile 0, 1. Wait, no. Yeah, tile 0, 1 is 0. Continue. So skip that. So continue just takes you to the next item in the list. So I'm going to do a similar thing down here. And also over here I'm going to change what tile means. So tile equals tile 1. So that I can keep the old code. Because it didn't expect a tuple before. So I have the same logic down here, but instead of continue, this is where I'm going to actually do the drop through logic. I hit drop through. So I'm just going to print that out for now so I can see if it's working properly. One other thing I do have to change is images, spreadsheets. So I need to turn on the physics for the functionals tile. So I'm going to rename this one to functionals and then open that up. Wait, what? How's it determining what gets physics? I thought it was... I'm confused. Hold on here. Is it just based on what's on grid? I'll run it and see what happens. Okay. Key error 0. What is... Okay, so that's not right. Def get nearby. So it says key error, which means this is a dictionary. What? Did I remember the format wrong? Hold on. Data. Actually, no, I should have it open here still. So save. Okay, so I do type. I think that'll do it. It doesn't know what type is. What? Well. Let's just see what's actually in there. Oh, because it gives the entire... It doesn't actually give the specific tile data. Interesting. So I need an array of the tile types. Oh boy. Let's just make a list comprehension thing. I think this will run faster. T type. Wait, no. So that's the layer, and then I do type for layer in self. That there we go. Thank you, tab 9. So that should give me a list of types for all of the tiles in there. Polygon Collision, you can use masks. Just look up Pygame masks. It ran, woo. Let's see if it goes and collides with this thing here. Boop. Oh, it actually turned on the physics like fully. That's not good. I mean, like, wait, I'm floating. That bridge needs to be fixed. I need to turn on a render offset for that. Or something. Let's see. So it just did the full physics. And it doesn't even say it hit a drop through. Let's do this. Let's whenever I glide down on something, I'm going to print what's tile data equals tile 0. Let's do this. Oh no, this is just if it shows up. Oh wait, oh duh. So I can't do that. 'Cause how should I do this? I can assume that it'll be on the highest level, maybe. I think that should generally be true. So the last type is going to be functionals. Let's see if that works. And then I'll re-chat again, probably. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay, I just look at chat and I see blue paint is better than red paint. And I started thinking of people eating paint. What's the game? Read the description. It's just kind of my main project right now. It's an action RPG. Pygame Mask, just search it. Oh man, I'm sitting close to the camera. It makes me super big. So I do need to update the logic of where is it? Here, because the side collision was still on. So now that I know the drop throughs are working, I can do the actual drop through logic right here. So if self.drop through, actually no, so if not self.drop through, then you do the physics. So I need the origin position and I need the current position. Do I have that? Let's see, so motion origin equals self.position.copy. Let's do that. If origin is it a position? I think position is by top left. I think. Okay, let's see. So quad right. Temp rect. What is temp? Oh, I see. Self.rect. Oh, so self.rect will store the position. Ooh, wait, is that an attribute or is that updated? It's gonna be updated dynamically, so I do need the origin. So the rect is determined based on the position, so I can see if it's centered or not. Well, it depends on whether or not the entity is centered. Oh boy, that's oof. Is there a rect.copy? I don't remember. Origin r equals self.rect.copy. Let's see if that's a thing. I don't think it is. Oh, it is apparently. So I now have the origin rect, which means I can compare the positions here. So origin rect or origin r dot bottom. So if you're not dropping through and or the bottom of your rect was above tile 1, so that's the rects you collided with the top. If you're above the top and you've collided with it, means you've dropped below because of the movement stuff. So in that case, the self dot where's the link? I can actually just copy this. Boop. Temp rect dot top equals, that's gonna become tile 1 dot, wait, no. I need to copy this one. Temp rect dot bottom, tile 1 dot top. There we go. And then you continue through. So you skip this stuff. So let's see if I did it properly. So, boop. So you can see me spazzing out there. That's a little bit concerning. I think I don't know why it was acting like I was kind of jumping or something. It shouldn't have done that. I'll do this maybe. Is that only if you move? What is this? I think that's only if you move. I'm like still spazzing out on this bridge. So the drop through part works. I just physics are a bit janky. Not a fun thing to have to deal with. So let's review this. Let's do more than or equal to. I think that's might be spazzing it out a bit. Okay, that fixes it. I'm no longer spazzing out, cool. And I can drop through. Oh, that's not. What? Oh, it needs to be less than or equal to? Because you need to be above it. There we go. So I had it backwards before. I think it actually just needs to be less than. I don't think it even needs to be equal to. Oh, it does apparently. Sometimes I'm just too lazy to actually think out these problems, and I'll just try things until it works. His head was just rolling around. Anyways, so I got drop through platforms working. This one should drop through as well. It should. This is the keyword. I press the button and there it goes. So I'm not done yet because there's this platform here that needs to be done. So every entity has to check all of the off-grid ones in the level, which means I can't put that many in the level or else things are gonna really lag. Alright. Did I play Terraria? I only played a little bit a while ago. I just kind of listen to DM Docker's music sometimes. Why would I make tennis in Pygame? You make MES? What? You mean mess? Or is that an abbreviation? I don't know. You want to know more about programming and problem solving? So working on a lower level does give you more general experience in programming, or that's at least the argument I was making. So sort of, yeah. If your main goal is to make a game and not to learn at the moment, and you haven't learned to make a game without an engine, it's easier to use a game engine. But if you want to learn stuff that's more generally applicable to other things, working on a lower level is good. And then once you actually learn how to do it properly, it depends on what you're working on, but for certain projects you will be able to work faster. And I can point to cases of this, I think. What is it? I forgot his Twitter handle. It's like 80 megahertz or something. He's working on some sort of game that didn't work too well with game engines, and he's having an easier time working on a lower level. So there are some projects where it actually is more efficient to work on a lower level. And if you've already made a framework, not an entire engine, but just a framework, it's a lot faster to work with your own framework that's made for making the types of games that you make rather than using a game engine. Like, for example, if you just look at the stuff I do in game jams, I typically, well, yeah, if you look at the hours I put in, I typically get a lot more done than the people using engines, because I have frameworks for my games the way I make them. But, yeah. Yes, it's better to learn programming not using a game engine than using one, in my opinion. What kind of person likes Lua more than Python? I think even the people I know that use Lua don't necessarily agree with that. Okay. So yeah, I need to do the off-grid drop-throughs now. Off-grid ones are going to be in the tile map, but so I'm gonna have to handle it on the move. I think I can do it after everything else. So if I quite something else, what I need to know? Yeah, I would. Should I process it first or last? I think last is fine. So, do I need balance? Should I do the off grids before or after the balance? Let's see. Ooh, wait. Wait a second. Huh. I had an idea. Wait, no, that's a bad idea. Or not. Aha. I can shortcut this easy. I don't know how much it's gonna make things lag, but I'm gonna try it. I'm actually going to turn off the physics for anything that's not like let's see. I'm going to have a setting for drop through physics. Hold on. And it's going to be off by default, and it's going to have to be turned on. Self.drop through physics equals false. And then when I'm going to go over to the player and turn it on for the player. So items are going to fall through because the items inherit from entity. So this is going to become true here. And in the tile map, when I generate, where is it? Here, I'm going to add the X type in the same tuple format. So I can run collisions on it. So def move. So I'm gonna do a slight tweak here. So if you've got the drop through physics on, tiles plus equals self, well, no, tile map dot drop throughs. I think that should work. X is not. What? Oh, that's from the lambda. So that's going to be tile 0, 0. Wait, no. What is this coming in as? Oh, okay. So that's going to be the last element. Or the second element. 2's out of rank. What? Oh wait, no. I did it wrong. It's only one level deep. So, theoretically, the items will should land on there. So there's gonna be like two kinds of drop throughs depending on whether or not it's on grid. Cool, it crashed. Int is not. Hold on. I think there's a discrepancy here. print tile2. What did I load in here? Aha, so it's the raw data. So tile2 type. It should be. What is wrong here? I don't see what happened. Let's see how these compare here. There's got to be a difference. So I get my 3 functionals. Ooh, the depth is different. Oh, right, yeah, because I was dealing with an array of tile types. So I just have to throw this in another list. Where is it? Tile map. Ooh. I don't need to print that anymore. Where did I put that? No, I don't need that. So I can drop through that one, good. Let's see about the other one, the special one. Uh-oh. It's not triggering. Oh boy. I thought I had it. It crashed before, which means it's like registering on some level, which is confusing. Let's see if print loop. So if I hit a functional, I wanted to say. So that one I was hitting. You can't see the output, but I can. So it's saying I'm hitting it, which you can see my boops down here, the thing that you can't see. I should add like some sort of overlay where you guys can see the console output while I'm running the game, because it's kind of important. So for whatever reason, let's do print boop. I like how it says print dropping as an option. So there's that. It's still triggering. The question is just, why is it not stopping me from falling? So for some reason, let's see what's going on here. Have I considered using type checking? It's very oh wait, hold on. The other entity's messing with my stuff here. Boy. Because there's... Man, yeah, the other entity was giving me bunk data, I think. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, and it's not triggering here. Go back up again, see if it triggers here. But yeah, I don't want to do typing because I rarely run into issues where my typing's wrong. Well, like if I do, it doesn't take that long to fix. So I typically just prefer not to have to type out the types. Not only that, but you run into some restrictions when you do that, because I do a lot of type swapping, which is considered bad practice in most languages, but in Python it works pretty well. So it would significantly slow down how fast it can code, and I've had to use types for I think both of the times I freelance game development, and I would work at less than half my normal speed just because I have to manage the types. This is not Arch. You actually can't see my desktop, but yeah, this is Windows. I've been leaving it hidden. Normally I have like a green screen, or technically a blue screen, and I hide my files so that it goes, it's transparent and you can see into the background for the stream, but I was too lazy to turn that on today, so you can just see my desktop today. But normally this is in the background anyways, so you would never see it. So yeah, for some reason this is not colliding. How do I recommend learning Pygame? There's a thing for that in the description. The documentation's not great if you don't know what you're doing. Once you've learned your basics for Pygame though, the documentation looks fine. Like I haven't referenced a Pygame tutorial in 6 years, 7 years. For like the last 7 years or so, I've only looked at documentation. But when you're first getting into it, yeah, tutorials are fine. The thing in the background for the stream is from my devlog series. It's not being simulated in real time, I recorded it. But yeah, you can see my devlog series for that. Trying to run a framework for what exactly? There's tons of frameworks. Anyways, so I need to figure out what's going on here. So for some reason it's not colliding. I'm just going to print out the hit list permanently. Self. So I want to see which player this is. Oh, what is the attribute? I hope Entity has this so I can check this. Is there the is player? No. So if self.type is, I think, player. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but cool. If len hit list, if self.is player, I think that'll get me just my thing when I collide with the ground, so I think the other one won't trigger it. Yeah, perfect. So I just gotta keep running. And then, so you can see my hit list here. So it's not colliding with that. Let's do a little bit of extra stuff here. Let's also print out wait, I see the problem here. Yep, here it is. I only added it to the tiles list on the if tile. Well, wait, do it here. I only added it on the x-axis, not the y-axis. So I think it should be fixed now. let's see. Some mistakes like that that'll waste like 10 hours of my time. See, look, now I've got the drop downs working now. So there's also this one right here, so I can stand on both of these. And I'm not lagging, which is the important part. I believe, oh, let's see if I can get to drop an item on it. Oh, no, we didn't. Come on, get over here. Yeah, see, the items went straight through the platform. So I can stand on it, but most things cannot. And that's a setting I can change. Because if all the items collided with it, it would lag like mad. Because those things are not in the tile map data structure. So I have to check every single one of these off-grid platforms every frame for every entity that can collide with them. Whereas everything on the grid can be looked up so that I don't have to check all of them at once. Hash map magic. Yay. Alright, so that's drop free platforms working. I'm happy about that. I get to take that off my to-do list. So next up is configurable crate drops. I don't remember how I planned on doing that exactly. I'll leave the game running and read chat again. The character is not a cat. I gotta kill this thing real quick. I'm gonna kill everything first. If I don't, I'll take the SMG. I should probably reduce the slowdown from the combat. Let's clean up the ground real quick. Look at all my stuff. Oh. This was supposed to scroll. I guess I didn't ever get around to that. I forgot I had that. I can also heal myself by pressing tab. Oh wait, if I kill everything with a revolver, I level up my revolver skills, and I can there we go, got my revolver level up. I'm just gonna pick up everything real quick. And I'll shoot this box too. Take the wood. Not that I need it. So yeah, I need to make this thing scroll. It doesn't scroll properly yet. So I'll equip this. So I have my right click ability. Oh wait, no, never mind, that's the dash. What was it? What was the button? Is it Q? Yeah, it's Q. I can shoot and bounce backwards. So I can actually move pretty far. I have 4 dashes. And then I also have my Q, which will shoot. I think it might hit harder than the normal shots. I don't remember. But the important thing is it gives you a little bit of movement. The dash is completely OP right now. It's mostly just for development. It's gonna be a lot more restrictive later on. But yeah, I also have my potion, so I can heal. I can heal twice. There we go. Oh, I also have do I have the ring equipped? Yeah, I do. Okay. Oh yeah, and it even gives you the description here. I'm not going to add the frequently asked question answers to the screen because that's just obnoxious. It's annoying both ways. There's not a really good option. I have it in the description. There's not much you can do about that. What I have done before is I pinned a comment in the chat saying that there's a frequently asked questions thing in the description, but even then that didn't help much. I think it helped a little bit. Is it a girl, boy, or a boy cat? What? It's not a cat. reading through the chat real quick here. Alright, so yeah, it's time to figure out how I'm gonna do the other thing here. Here, I'll do this. Oh wait, it's actually no good way to do this. Alright, whatever. You guys can see that while I think about this. So I need to figure out how I'm going to add configurable crate drops. So I could make a fancy UI menu in the level editor, but that's not a very effective use of my time. So like when you're making games like this, it's really important to consider what's an effective use of your time. Like, you don't want to over-engineer things, and this is like when I freelance, this is the biggest issue I see, is that people I'm working with are over-engineering everything and putting more effort into certain systems than they need to. You can save a lot of time by thinking about which aspects will actually benefit you if you if you implement them the clean way. How much will they actually benefit you compared to doing it the dirty way? So making an entire UI menu for configuring crate drops whenever I add them in is not a very effective use of my time, because I'd spend like 5 hours just making that menu, whereas there's probably going to be a few hundred to 1,000 crates in the game. I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, it is a lot of crates, but it shouldn't be that much effort to have some sort of external system for defining them. What I'm thinking right now is that in the level editor, I could give... Actually, I'll walk over to a crate so you guys have a visual reference as to what I'm talking about. So here are the crates. So yeah, what I'm thinking about is giving an ID to each crate every single time you spawn one in. And then in the level editor, I can hover the crate to see the ID. And then I can probably have another file that stores all of the IDs for the crates and their associated drops. And I can store that file outside of the normal map files. It's just loaded at all times. And yeah, I can do that. And the ID would probably be like randomly assigned and super long or something, so that I don't end up with duplicates. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. And if I don't define anything, by default, it'll just drop the materials of the crate. Yeah, kind of liking that. Well, actually, I could define it in a reverse way. So I could say, I can like list a bunch of contents, and instead of doing a key value where the key is the ID of the crate, I could just do, here's a bunch of contents, and here are all of the IDs it's associated with, so that I can just, if I want another crate that I've added to have a set of items, I just add that ID to the list. So I'll actually make a file for that. Yeah. So it's if you think about it, just adding something, like just adding that mechanic, I guess, to read that file and put the items in the crates based on that, and just generate an ID that I can hover to see in the level editor is a lot less work than doing an entire UI for filling it out. And if anything, it actually might be faster to develop with. It's just not as an intuitive system. Like, not intuitive for people like coming in and using the level editor. But here's the thing: people aren't going to be using level editors for my uses. Well, except for patrons. Patrons will get the level editor, of course. But yeah. So I'm gonna create that file in a moment here. I'll read chat real quick and then I'll get to that. What about the pointy ears? Okay. Pointy ears are just kind of a stylistic choice. Because if there were no pointy ears, the character wouldn't be particularly interesting. It's actually got the same physical shape as the character from Drawn Down Abyss. Except it's more ears instead of horns this time. I don't know. What are the specs of my PC? I've got, well, funny story. So I had a 1060 6GB as GTX 1060 6GB as my GPU, but one of my teammates from Pavlov, which is basically VR CS:GO, he upgraded to like a 30 something. So like I don't know if he got like a 3060 or something. I don't remember what exactly he got, but yeah, he upgraded and he didn't want to scam people, so he offered to just sell his graphics card for, I think, was it like 200, 225, I don't remember, to just anyone he knew. So I took him up on that offer and got his old GTX 1070 Ti for $200 or 225, I don't remember. But it was a really good deal because normally you gotta pay like 800 or something, or at least at the time. I don't know what the market's like right now, but it was really bad when I got it. So I got a really good deal on that. It wasn't that much of an upgrade, but I mean, it was just a really good deal, so I couldn't turn it down. The other stuff, hold on, I'll pull up my thing so you can see here. So I've got i5 8600K, 6 cores, 3.6 gigahertz, so not bad. What happened with my, hold on, what happened with the music thing? Did I run out of music? Did I listen to the whole thing? No, like, no, there's no way. It just stopped. Did it crash? I don't know what happened. Whatever, I'll start it back up. Hold on. I don't know what that was. It just stopped and disappeared. It probably crashed. But, yeah. 16 gigs of memory. I've got 3 SSDs. Yeah. Here's my 1070 Ti. Yeah. My games, all of them that I've released in the last, like, what, 5 years or something? No, probably not quite. Maybe 4 years. Are on. Oh, I don't even know if it's 4 years. I'm not sure how many years. I think since I was 16, so 4-ish years. They're all on itch.io. 2 of them are on Steam as well. If you look at my website, there's a projects page that shows where you can find all of them and links to them. I'm not going to use a vibrant background for this game, because it's just kind of the game's world. That the idea is that there was some sort of incident where the entire world got ripped apart and turned into floating islands and just kind of not space quite, but some sort of other dimension just floating around. So it's not, it's sections of the world placed in some other world, and that other world has almost nothing in it. This was actually conceptually similar to something I did for another game like 5 years ago called The Crushed Sky, which is also the same. That's not the same universe as this one, but that's the same universe as the oldest game I've got on itch, which is Artifact Hunter. Boy, I see a spam account. hide user, and remove. There we go. Anyways, so yeah, crate drops. So I need to make the file for the drops first. I'm going to put food in all of these crates. Wait, actually, no, I'm going to just put potions because I don't have like food yet. I want to add food. You can just eat it and it heals you, similar to a potion, probably. The question is, should I add cooking to the game? I'm pretty sure I'm going to add fishing, at some point, because that would, I don't know, I like fishing in games. And from a developer's perspective, you get to add a lot of content for not very much effort, because when you're fishing, you just kind of pull up items and you don't, like, visually there's not much going on. So there's not much to code. So in config, I'm going to make a new file and call this, what did I call it in the item drop? Or destructibles? Destruct. Is it ibbles or ubbles? What was this? Ubble. Ubble. .json. So it's just going to be a list, and then I get to put a list of items or like drop rates, I guess. Let me see real quick how I did this. If I go to the entities, I think I had a thing for how this is spawned. So the crate, you make a crate, wait, oh, this crate's not filled with anything. How did I, you modify like the drops of it or something. So you don't use give item on crates though. What is it? I think I'll go to entity, I can see how it works. So each entity has an inventory, I think, stuff that drops. So I can add an item to the drops. I think it has to be like a properly initialized item. So I guess I can say like how should I do this? I should probably give like a minimum amount and trying to think about how this should work. I could just do like chance of occurring. So this is going to be a dictionary in here. Crate, or I'll just call it IDs. Oh wait, you can't use single quotes, IDs. So all those IDs are going to be whatever this crate's associated with. So now, let's see. The contents, and this is going to have to be a list because I can have as many things as I want, but for each item that can appear, actually what I'll do is I'll do ID, let's do null for now, count, let's say 1, chance. So if I want like 3 to 5 apples to drop, I could say count 3, chance 1, well just 1 because it's going to be 0 to 1, and then I could take another one and do count 1, chance 0.5, and then I could do another one, this is the exact same as that one, and then it would be 3 to 5 with a quarter chance of getting 5. So I can stack them like that if I want it to be like a range. I could add more settings into here if how that's generated, but for the time being, this is good. So I'll say 2 apples, or let's say 1 apple, or whatever, and let's give it 50%. Actually, I'll do this times 2. Ooh, I got an idea. Dupe. I'll call this field dupe, and this is how many times it multiplies the contents of this field for evaluation. So I'll dupe this twice so that you can get up to 2 of whatever this is. So let's just count 1 and chance 0.5, but the chance of getting max is 1 in 4. So this is going to be, do I have item IDs? I think I do. If I pull up my images, I think it's under animations. Yeah, here we go. So item, do I have a potion? Small health potion. Small. Hey, look, it even knows. It's like it's listening, except it's not. So I can do that. So that's the contents. Let's make another one that drops some like iron for just demonstrational purposes. And so it's just called iron. I don't even remember what I called these things. Item iron. Let's do let's make this higher chance of happening up to 6 or 5. So it'll drop a ton of iron, probably. Up to 5. I do need to add ammo to the game. I just remembered that. Ammo. Let's just put that there. So I do need to load this into the game. I can do it in the config file probably. Yeah. Let's call this destructible config equals that. So that will be IDs linked to other stuff here. So for, how does this work? For destructible in, wait, no. In config, and this one's called destructibles. For every destructible in here, I need to go through the or go through the IDs. So for ID in destructible IDs, destructible config ID equals destructible contents. There we go. So this is actually not going to take up a ton of memory if I link like a bunch of IDs, because this is actually just making a reference. It's not entirely duplicating the dictionary. So I believe if I just do destructible config, I can see my configuration. Except, I can't do that or that. But it should be an empty list so far because I don't have any IDs associated with it. Where's it mad? Oh, that can't be there. So yeah, I get an empty thing for now, but if I put in ABC, ABC, DEF, HIJ, you can see it loaded all of, it's kind of small, but it loaded all of the configurations there. But I'm going to empty that out. Now I need to update my level editor to generate IDs for every single box. And it needs to be stored. Yeah, although I need to use the bathroom in a moment here, so I'm going to just leave the game on this in mute for a moment once I clear it out. I'll sit over here. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna mute real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. In stream chat right now. I'm not really interested in making a raycasting engine. When I get into 3D, I'm going to be doing VR stuff. Hopefully that'll be in, I'm hoping by, look, in a year and a half, I'll be doing 3D stuff. If it weren't for the projects that I've got planned right now, I would be doing it right now. So 3D question, is that it's like a mesh? Isn't that a like type that's specific to game engines or something? It's just kind of something that's used in a lot of game engines. Isn't like a mesh technically just a geometric object that's handled individually? I'm not entirely sure how that works. Anyways, yeah, time to update my level editor. Interesting problem here. I do not have access to the level editor from here, I don't think. Do I? Wait. Scripts. Releases. Oh, editor. Here it is. So, I want it to be that when I pull anything from... I guess the entities... Man, I should have put the destructibles on their own sheet. That was a dumb move, but whatever. I can make it work. So I guess they are entities, but I guess each entity I can determine what to do with it. I can pass in the data. Or wait, no, because the data you look at will vary. Or actually, I can look it up from inside the object itself instead of passing the data into it. That would work better. So you pass it in with just the ID that was assigned to it by the level editor. So, where's the thing where I place things? So particle selection GUI, where's the placement? Is it select a tile? Here's the add tile. So what I can do is in the add tile function, in tile map, which is a common object used between the level editor and the what's the other thing called? Oh, the game. Yeah, in here I can go into add tile and add that edge case. So add tile. Interesting. So I can go back in here and edit this easy. So self.tile map position layer ID or entity ID equals. Can I just like hash the time? Wait, no, that's a bad idea, I think. Or maybe not. I've got an idea. Wait. Oh, I can just do numbers. Wait, no. Oh, here we go. Time.time plus I'll do add index equals 0. Plus add index plus equals 1. And then that should do it, I think. Well, let me see what how many decimals I get here. That's good enough. So import time. So that'll give me roughly unique IDs to work with. I wonder if I can hash it to determine the characters, but that's probably a bad idea. So take that. I only have to do this if it's from the certain set of the tiles. Or I could just do it for everything and not look at it. Yeah, that's actually fine. I can do it for everything, it doesn't hurt. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. Every tile is gonna have an ID. That's interesting. Actually, I probably should filter it just because the file size is gonna get pretty. I think it'll only double it. So what we're looking at is probably 10 megabytes extra in the long run. So I don't care enough. I'm not gonna filter it. Everything's gonna have an ID. Let's go. So I do have to replace every single one of those tiles though, because I need it to generate the IDs for them. Add index, why is it screaming snake case? I don't know if you can hear that car, but I tend to use it for my globals instead of just constants. I don't know. If it bugs you guys, I can just do add index, because I really don't care. Any tips for coming up with ideas for games? Game jams. That's the best way for me. Both of the paid games I've released so far were ideas that were in some way related to game jams. So this is, I think, the first game where the idea doesn't come from a game jam. Because I've really only released, at least in recent years, meaning like last 5 years, 2 games that weren't made for game jams, and yeah, those 2 were related to game jams. So this is my first project where that's not the case. So like in general, game jams are a good idea because they give you a theme and you come up with something relating to that theme, and it gives you a good restrictive starting point. Usually it depends on the theme, because there are bad themes where it doesn't help you much and it's just kind of annoying to work with. I don't want to expect a tuple. This is not a performance issue location. Like it doesn't hurt to convert it, because I might pass it as a list just out of habit, and I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with those errors, so I just convert it to a tuple. How long have I been working on this in total? I think like 40 hours-ish. So not even to the level of Super Potato Bra and Drawn Down Abyss yet. Why release games on Steam? Because that's where all the users are. Also, is this guy saying that he doesn't think I know very much Python just because I didn't use naming schemes for my constants and globals? It's a preference thing. It's not. It has nothing to do with the functionality of Python. All capitals sometimes is for globals, sometimes for constants. It depends on who you ask. Most of the time it's just constants. Background music says in the bottom left. Anyways. It's time to run the level editor and see if this actually worked. So, editor. Import. I'm gonna pull in that one. So I have to replace every single one of these crates. Oh wait, actually hold on. I just remember something. I have to do this for both on-grid and off-grid. So self.tilemap off-grid layer -1 entity ID equals my framework. A lot of the stuff, okay, this is the main file for the framework, and this only took a couple hours. This is a tile map thing. Then there's the entity thing, which has been just kind of thing I've been. It's like it hacked together stuff from different games, for my entity class, and yeah. So I don't know how long I put into that, because I've definitely put on a lot of hours if you consider all of the games are made in entity object and like that it's merged from, but specifically the code that I'm still using. I don't know. So it's just something that's always being refined, kind of. I hear people mowing lawns again. I don't know if I need to go close my window again or not. Let me know if you guys can hear that. Okay, so that I've got the indexes now. I can probably run my level editor. If it doesn't crash when I'm placing tiles, I should be good. So I'm going to place one on grid and off grid just as a test. It didn't crash, and it didn't crash, so I'm good. So I'm going to turn on layers so I can see what layer I'm working on here. So these are off grid, it looks like. Probably. Yeah. So if I want to replace them, I have to like do this. Boop. Man. I have to get these pixel perfect on the height, which is a little bit annoying. Down. There we go. So now I have to place this one and that one, that one. How many of you guys actually played the mod? Because I did not. Alright, so you can see I did that tree there. It's just sticking through the ground. So I'm going to turn off layers and output. So it should be updated. So I can take this, go to this data maps. I'm going to call this intro v2. And then if I go in here, yes, wait, actually I just need to. So if I just search ID, where's my ID? What? Did that not work? Hello? Oh wait, no. I need to do... Where'd intro go? Oh, and that's the new one. It's supposed to be an ID here. Where'd it go? Oh, wait a second. I see the issue. It's not using the same tile map. Okay, I'm gonna try a dangerous thing, and I might have to use git to revert this. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be differences between them or not, but I'm gonna assume there's not, and if there are, then I'm gonna crash out and I'm gonna have to revert with git. So let's paste that in there. Yeah, there are two different things there that one of them needs to be updated. Let's pull in save file. So I have to read add all of those crates again. So let's first try that. Oh, it crashed, which means, hold on. I need to pull up the command line just to see what the error was. I can't close that. If I close that, it'll kill my avatar. So I'll go here. And just do py level editor.py. Uh-huh. Well, too bad. I'm lazy that way. Who cares about globals? What? Did I? Oh, I put it in remove tile. It goes in the add off grid tile here. Let's try that again. What? Wait. Add tile. Oh, duh, it needs to be copied over again. Data. Wait, no, scripts. Where's it? T. Editor, paste, boop. Let's try this again. Oh, wrong one. That's my... Here. Let's hopefully it'll work this time. There we go. And let's do off grid. Perfect. So now I can actually edit my thing. Put in the IDs, hopefully. Do I know how to make games in C++? No, but I do know C++, and that's actually what I used at work for embedded software for rocket hardware. So, like, I mean, it wouldn't be hard for me to do. I know, like, I could probably sit down and make some kind of game in 2 hours. I just haven't done it. I'm not interested in doing that. Yes, this is the map editor. VR is not expensive to get into. Well, it depends on what country you're from. If you're in America and you've got the American median income, it's not that bad. Because you can get in for like $300. Although for development, you're gonna need a PC VR headset, so you're gonna need a computer that can run it, and you're going to need. Although if you're doing 3D game development to begin with, you should have a computer that can run VR. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems with developing. But if you already have the computer, it's like, what, you can buy a used Windows Mixed Reality headset for pretty cheap, probably like a 100 or 200, I don't know. But if you don't have a computer that can run it, you're gonna have to spend like 1100 on a computer that can run a VR or something, I don't know. Now if you just want to play, it's only 300 to get into because of the standalone ones nowadays. So it's not that expensive for people in the United States or Europe or Canada, or well, I should say Western Europe. What font? The font in my level editor, I drew it, and I believe I made it public domain so anyone can use it. There's a blog post on my website about that, so that you can use it if you want. I've been in VR, like, I've spent well over 1,000 hours in VR, and I'm fine. Well, actually, not quite. I started hallucinating a lot, but other than that, yeah. It's like I only hallucinate when I'm falling asleep though, so like in normal daytime, like right now, I would never hallucinate. And I've always had some level of issue with hallucinations, but only like VR just made it more common, and it's not like that much of a problem for me. It's just you see things and you know they're hallucinations, so it's just whatever. But in like the positive side for VR for me is like I'm actually in a lot better shape because of Beat Saber, and because it's a lot of cardio. Alright, so it's time to fix these again. This would be easier to do with a lower mouse sensitivity, but because of the games I play, I have to keep my mouse sensitivity pretty high. So moving 1 pixel is a bit difficult. So I gotta do these barrels now. Is that the same level? Yeah, that's the same level. They don't have to be like the exact same like horizontally, it's just vertical, so they're on the ground properly. So now they should have IDs. So output, and if I go to save here, or ID, entity ID, there we go. It has an ID, and it's that giant float. Ooh, about that. I probably shouldn't do IDs like that. Because it should be an integer. So I'm going to do times 100 plus add index, and then I'll make it an integer. So up to 10 milliseconds of control there. So, well, and then also I need to like do this by like a big number. And that's the random ID. Because I really don't want collisions, and I don't want the ID to be a float. Floats don't work very well for IDs, because it's just the way computers handle floats. I think it would be fine, but I just don't know for sure. So I don't want to mess with it. So I have to place the tiles again. I'm going to turn on the grid, well, off the grid placement. There we go. Come on, there we go. One more out. I think technically I don't think it has to be super accurate. It's just when the player loads in, there's a chance that was floating. There's a chance they might see it drop. Wait, hold on. How is that one sitting there? It's got physics. It just drops down. It can't sit on top. Whatever. I won't touch it. Are they coming close again? Man, these lawnmowers. I looked outside, and they've mowed the spot right outside my window. They did that like earlier this morning, which is why I kind of held off on streaming for a bit. So they're probably like around my building or something. I think that's all of them for this. Man, they're getting closer. I'm gonna go close my window again probably if they don't quiet down soon. Oh, there they go. And there they go again. Anyways, let's check the IDs. No. Oh, no, that should be a yes. ID. What? Excuse me? Oh, I forgot to copy over the thing again. Man, I've made so many mistakes here. I've had to, like... I spent way longer on this than it should have been. Where's it? Tile map. Editor. Paste. Now I can do it. Let's go layered mode, turn off the grid. I'm getting better at this. I'll put it down here since that's where it's actually going to end up. Oh, close. Reload. ID, entity ID. There we go, now they're integers. Perfect. So I can take those IDs. I do have to hover them to figure out, well, add the thing where I can hover to see what ID they are. So so it should be like sort of by layer, I think, and then off grid. Is there a thing that tells me which things I'm hovering? Oh, this is tile map. It's not going to be in here. It's going to be in the level editor. So I think so. Wait, no, GUI. Do I have a thing in the tile map just to pull out the tiles that match that are collide with a rect? I think there was, maybe. Get what could you? I could use get visible, and then I give it a 1x1 rect. Oh wait, no, hold on. The way it does that. Never mind, that doesn't quite work. Man, it's gotta be a get. They're not. There's get tile with a position. I guess I didn't have a function for looking up tiles like that match a certain location. This get visible does it. I'm going to do a size override thing. Okay, so size equals self.view size. If size override size equals size override. And now I just replace the view size with size. I believe the position is top left. So now I just have to make another function and call it def find get by rect, I guess, self rect. So it's going to use the size override and get visible. So tiles equals get visible rect dot x what rect dot x rect dot y rect dot width and height, and then return. Wait, no, I need to filter it through the rect. So for tile in tiles, it's gonna have to filter by tile size. Tile r equals pygame.rect tile. What's the format here? So it actually gives me a list of layers, I think, for layer in, and then it gives me the contents of the layer. Man, so, and I think that's an array of tiles. So it's actually going to be layers for layer in layers. I'm actually going to run this in the main game so I can see the format here. Print layer. And I have to do it in world. So self dot. Now there's a plane, really. Dot get by. Is it get by or get with? What did I do again? Get by rect. Pygame.rect. Let's do 0, 0, 1000, 1000. That should cover it. Give me something. I love it. Doesn't know what Pygame is. Let's go. Wait, no, it should know what wait, what? Oh, world doesn't know what Pygame is. Fine, this is gonna have to be deleted later. That needs to be self.getVisible. I'll do size override equals that just in case. So here's the format. We get, yeah, it's a list of tile locations and IDs. The location is first. So for tile in layer, well, layer 1, because the layer ID is the first part. So that's going to be tile 0, 0, tile. Actually, I can splat tile 0 at that, and then self.tile size, and I can splat that, and I get my other two arguments. If tile r.collide rect return wait. Tiles equals this. Tiles.append tile. Return tiles. And I'll print it out just to make sure we got it right. Yeah, we got it. So I get this giant list of tiles that collided. So back in here, well, the level editor can use this. Vagrant. Wait. Where did I put it? Scripts. Tile map. Go to the editor, paste that in. So now I can look up whatever I'm hovering by just passing this. Currently hovering equals tile or level mappings apparently. And then for this, I'll do. I need to use the base hover X. Base hover X, base hover Y, and let's give it a very small area of 2 by 2. So print currently hovering. Oh, that's the game, that's not the level editor. So level editor, I love it when it crashes. Let's go. So I gotta open up another command prompt. Py level editor. How's that? That shouldn't be. Why doesn't it like that? Isn't tile size a list or a tuple or something that can be splatted? It was fine with the first one, or maybe it doesn't. Does it not like that? Is it an order of operations thing? Wait, hold on. Didn't this just work in... I was pretty sure this, I ran this and it just worked in the game, but now it's not working in this. Let's see if this fixes it. I'm doubting it, but it's worth the shot. Why? So I can run it here and it works fine. So it works fine here. Is it like a version of Python thing? What am I running here? So it is 2 separate versions, so I'm curious if I do Python what? Oh wait, I'm dumb. This one actually says what the error is, so this needs to be pygame.rect. Cool. So I should be able to import that, and look at that, it tells me all the tiles I'm hovering. Now I just have to render that on the screen, and instead of rendering the data, I've rendered the ID. Yeah. What's inside the crates? That's what I'm working on. Yeah, don't speedrun learning language. Well, I mean, okay. I definitely did that for work. But just learning things as you need them, I feel like is the best way to go. And I guess that's what I did for work as well. If you just kind of run through everything and just try to learn the language that way, going through all the different elements of it, not actually practicing with it, you're not going to remember it. So pretty much the only effective way I found, like, in the past I looked through a bunch of languages like that, and I guess it gave me a good overview for when I actually got into using them later, but you're not going to remember how to use it. Like running through the W3 Schools stuff without actually practicing that much probably gives you a decent overview, but you're not going to know how to code with just that probably. So yeah, my preference is to just use what you need when you need it, and look up stuff you don't know how to do. And that way you'll remember how to do stuff. Actually, sort of, because I mean, I forget how to do things exactly in JavaScript half the time, but it's only Google search away when I forget something. When do I plan on doing another game jam? I do not know. I might do the next Alk jam. I guess that's probably the case. I don't know when that is. I forgot. So probably a few months. I need to make a video on doing game jams, like as in why you should do them. Do not make a game with Turtle. That's a really bad idea. I mean, like if you're a beginner, maybe, but you're not gonna be able to make something very good just because of the way it works. Yeah, see, I do use collision movement in tiles in my tutorial if you look at the series. Yeah. So, you know what I just noticed? I'm not actually returning the ID here. I need to get the ID. I'm gonna throw this in. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. So when it does... the raw should contain... Where am I defining raw? Thank you, car. Actually, let's just do it this way. Raw plus tile entity ID. If entity ID in, this is gonna be a hacky line, but who cares? Else magic. And then this one just becomes tile instead of all that big mess. I'm gonna run the game real quick and see if that still works. Cool. And it... How did that happen? What did I get in tile this time? Why is tile an empty list? How did that happen? Something ain't right here. Let's try turning this one up. Ooh. I think it's I think it's just replacing the whole thing instead of the section I was writing here. Order of operations with, I don't even know what you call those statements, but where are my IDs? Well, I guess you can go off of length. So what I'll do, I'm going to assume it's working, which is a dangerous thing to do, because I'm too lazy to actually properly check. But yeah, I'm gonna assume it's working, and if the tile, the second element has 4 elements, so for tile in currently hovering, if tile 2, if wait, no, 1, if the length of the data, like the type stuff, is... Wait, how did I do this? So it gives the raw, which is an array in itself. So it's actually just going to be if the length of tile is more than 2. Print tile 2. That should print out the ID if there is one. I was wrong thing here. So import, save. So if I did it right, yep, there we go. There's my ID. Perfect. Actually, for convenience, I am going to add that filter for what gets an ID. So only entities. So if tile type is tile type 0 is entities. I think that's what I called that sheet. Data, images, spreadsheets. Yeah, it's entities. Then it'll add it and do that thing. Gotta do the other one too. So that way I shouldn't get a mess of stuff here. Now I do need to figure out how I'm going to render this. Also, I need to copy the tile map thing over again. Editor. Oh no. Scripts. Why did I do that? Editor, paste. Oh, I know why the music stopped earlier. It's because I opened Task Manager. Because I have it bound so that if I press Shift and Escape, it'll stop my music. That's why it suddenly stopped earlier. Huh. Anyways. So I copied that over. So now if I run the level editor, make sure it still shows up. Perfect. So I just have to render this. Oh, I need to check what the layout is on the top right corner here. So it only says a layer. So in the line below layer, I can actually say what this is. So, actually, wait. I'll put pass here for now. I need to get the thing that's rendering the layer, so it should be in here somewhere, because this is the UI. Here we go. That's where it's doing it. So I'm going to do hovering IDs, and I gotta get the width put there, and then I believe it's 12. Base y equals 22. Base y plus equals 10. And then I do str tile 3, no, 2. And then that's used for the width over here. And then this goes at base y. I think that'll give me my data. Perfect. Give me my IDs. Someone's gonna look at the data here and just notice that it's an epoch value just because When you see a number that long that starts with 16 or 17 or 15 or whatever, it depends on year, but something in the teens and a number that length, you should just recognize that as an epoch value. At least anyone that's worked with time's enough. So yeah, I got all these IDs. So now I can start assigning these IDs to certain values, and then I can fill the contents with them, and in probably like 10 minutes we'll start seeing these things drop things, maybe 15. So we're almost there. So gotta start copying down these IDs. If I Alt-Tab off, I don't know if that's, no, wait. I'm actually gonna take this stuff out of here because I don't need that anymore. So I'm gonna have to Alt-Tab out of it. You're gonna see all the different windows they got running. Probably. So if I go here, because I copied down the IDs. Well, you know what I should do? I should make it so I can just copy to my clipboard by pressing a button. That's it, better. I don't remember how you do that. I think Pygame has a model for it. There's Paperclip. Whatever, I'll use Paperclip. So I don't know what my default is for running this thing. So I'm gonna close the level editor. What am I running here? What is this? Oh, I have 2 instances of the level editor running. Magical. So py-m install Paperclip. Let's just. Oh wait, no. py-m pip install. And then python-m. I already have it. Cool. So I can now. It's funny. If I remember correctly, this module was made by the guy that wrote the book that I read to learn Python. And that guy also, I think he has a page dedicated to games that were made with Python, and he updated it to like commercial games made with Python, and I think he updated it to include Super Potato Bro. Anyways, so I guess I can press a button. ID text equals that, so I'll do ID text plus equals tile2. I'll make a string though. If ID text or it's not equal an empty string. Here's how I'm gonna do this. After every single one, I'm gonna add a new line, and then if it gets to the end, it removes it. So everything before the last, actually before the last character, I think. And then I press a button to copy. Is C being used? I see IOWSDAELGFADT. What is this? Could you... Do I use the custom text thing? I don't think so. So if not typing mode, I don't think that there's. Oh, there's the key up stuff. But I'm going to. I think I'm clear. I'm actually gonna run it real quick and see if pressing it does anything. Doesn't. So if event.key is KC. I've had that on my clipboard for the past like 5 minutes. I always feel a weight in my mind whenever there's something on my clipboard I'm waiting to use. The fact that I can't use my clipboard while I'm coding to copy paste things is just annoying. It drives me a little bit crazy. So right here, I replace that with ID text. So now when I press C, it should copy the ID of, I'm gonna pull up Notepad just so I can see. I'm gonna import this. So right now I got that on my clipboard. I press C. My clipboard's empty. Cool. Let's do this. And perfect. So it works. I can copy down IDs by just hovering and pressing C. Which means now I can do the part where I copy down all the IDs. I'm gonna move this off screen just because I need to have both windows visible for me if I don't want things to be a pain. So I'm gonna put the small health potions in the barrels, and then I'll do the iron in the crates. So, so there are my IDs. So I have like 5 crates to do down here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, which one did I skip? Oh wait, is it this? I got 48. This one 58. I'm missing this one. Cool. So those are the IDs they're associated with. So now, if I run the game, you can see on the bottom here all of the crates and what they're associated with. So now I just have to map that into giving the items the drops when they, giving the crates the drops when they spawn in. So I can close my level editor now, off to the side, and I don't need this anymore. I don't need that. What does just for 8-bit music? There's Bosca CO or whatever. Look at my video on free game dev tools. There's also beatbox.co or something. The game is not going to be free. Yeah. So this one's not. The one that was original in my devlog project was supposed to be free. But that turned into this one, and this one's not free, so, yeah. But yeah, if I finish this game and it doesn't make, what would it be? I guess $10,000 in sales. then I'm probably gonna have to get a normal job after I graduate. Unless something else happens. Like, if my YouTube shit takes off, I could keep doing what I'm doing. But if I don't make enough money off of this, I'm gonna have to go and get a normal software engineering job after I graduate. Actually, I'll probably have one more shot. So if this one doesn't do well, the next project is probably an online game, and then if for some reason that takes off and I can monetize it, because it's going to be free to play, but if I add some way to monetize it, then that would actually probably be a better outcome, because those types of games will continually make revenue, usually, and it'll turn to a decent stream. Well, actually, the ideal is for both of them to make money, but yeah. Anyways, so I need to hook up the crates. So I have a destructible class here that I believe crate and barrel inherit from. So, this actually needs to be an append, not... Actually, this could be a plus equals. Huh. I'm gonna make sure this still works, because this is I'm also gonna... I don't need that print anymore. So let's see if my box still has stuff in it. Ow. So my box still have stuff, good. That means they're working. So, if I go into my, I'm going to have to do from config, wait, from .config import, can't type. So this is the thing where it's going to take the ID. So I do need to load the ID into the entity when I load it. So that's going to be a tile map thing. So in my thing, I've got like a, what's it, tile filter, like load entities. Ooh, I get the full tile data, I think. Do I? Wait, no, I don't. I'm not using -1 here, am I? Good, so I can do... Wait, no, tile data, I think, does have... well, let's see. Print tile to entity ID. What's in here then? Is this just type? Oh. If entity ID in tile 2, then you print it. What? None of them have it? That doesn't sound right. It should... Hold on here, let me see. Raw type position. How's it getting this? It should have the entity ID. Oh, unless it's not in the level data, in which case I have to do editor, take the save, vagrant data maps, delete intro. Rename that to intro. There we go. There's my entity IDs. So, when the entity manager loads an entity, it does have access to the entity ID. So I just have to find entities. So load entity. Entity ID equals entity data entity ID if entity ID in entity data, otherwise none. Entity. Wait, how should I do this? Man. I'll give it a manually. This only affects some things, so. Actually, another thing about it, actually shouldn't be there. I'm gonna see how the constructor works on crates. So it passes all args to. Interesting. Let's do this. What do I have on my clipboard? Oh. I'm passing keyword arguments now, so I can place things however I want. Don't have to worry about index as much. So this one needs and then, oh wait, does that work? Yeah. All goes to physics entity. Where's physics entity? Oh, that's because all of the entities are physics entities? I guess not the player. So it inherits from entity. Man. And here's the endpoint of this. So I can do entity ID equals none, and then self.id equals entity ID. I didn't have an ID before, did I? Cool. No. So now that I finished that long chain, I can do entity ID equals entity ID. Theoretically, I could have messed it up. I don't mess with splatting keyword arguments that much. So let's see if it crashes. Self.entities -1.id. Cool, it didn't crash, but it also came up as none. I don't know why that's not. I see it. There it is, entity ID, but it's not coming through. If print entity data wait. So it should be able to put a few of them, I think, before it crashes. Oh, I've got a tuple. Wait, what? Oh, it's a tuple, so I have to take the second value. So 2. And I put a 2 here. And then, there we go. Why does the ID have a space on it? Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's correct. So now it has the ID when it initializes. So if I go over to destructible, I can print self.id. And you see one of them, I guess there's one I didn't get or something. One of them spawned without an ID, the other ones have IDs. So now that it has an ID, I can get print destructible config self.id. So I'm first gonna see if it's in there. So if self.id in destructible config, then I print that out. And you can see I got the configuration for every single destructible as they're loaded. So I can update the drop list here based on that. So I'll add a function. So def generate drops self config. So self.generate drops self.id. Oh no, so just default config self.id. There we go. So now I can just update the drop list based on this. So for item set in config, I guess this one's gonna need random, so import random. If random.random is less than the item set chance, I'll do less than equal or equal to, then it's allowed to spawn in. So I'm actually going to have to keep track of, question. So item stacking does exist. The dropped items do have stacks, like how many of the items are inside that one entity. I'm wondering if I should merge them or not. I'm gonna go with no for now. Or I'll spawn them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. So for I in range item set count, I'll pass for now. So I need to figure out how to spawn the items here. So that's going to be, there's a create item thingy somewhere. It says create weapon. Where's create item? Is it just item? Wait, how do I know. Yeah, it's create item. So I need to take this. And then I can take, so the self is just the owner, I believe. And then it's the ID, so that's all that's in here. So self.drops append self, and then the ID of the item, which is going to be item set ID. For I in range config dupe, so how many times to process that one rule. I gotta switch this I to a J. And I think that should do it. So print self.drops. They should have potions in them now. No, wait. What? What did it get for config? Oh, it's not. It's item set, not config, right here. So you can see it spawned a bunch of, oh, you can't actually see that, but it's right here. It spawned a bunch of stuff as the drops. One of them's empty. I guess there is a potential for them to be empty. Because the rules I had, I didn't give 100% chance. So I'm gonna just go over this way real quick. So in these barrels, yay, I can pick up health potions. Look at that. Okay, that one didn't have any in it, but this one probably will. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this one had one. So if I look at my inventory now, I now have 7 small health potions, which I can equip. So the crate should drop a bunch of iron if I set it up right. Yeah, you see there's all this iron here. Man, okay, I need to use these health potions. So I got the crates working and I can configure what's inside them pretty easily. It's a little bit of work, but about as much work as if I had an intuitive UI probably. Probably a bit less because I can configure the odds super precisely. And I can add special rules and stuff that would have been a pain in a UI. And I can duplicate their use case. I guess if I had a super fancy UI that I spent like 20 hours on, I could do something equivalent, but this was 2 hours, which is a lot more than I initially expected, but it's fine. So I have 13 iron, 9 wooden planks, 15 small health potions, well 5, not 15. I can't read apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna read chat again. Have I ever used Raylib? I tried it out briefly, and I think I found a bug in the Python port of it. I meant to report an issue to the GitHub repository, because I talked to some people on Reddit, and they said that there's probably a bug, and it was like serious if you want to make something that's like a performant game. But so because of the way I make games, like the sheer amount of images on the screen, and the fact that that's more important than the size of the images, Raylib's actually slower than Pygame, or at least because of the bugs that I found. They may have fixed it, because I looked at that like a year ago, but theoretically it's pretty interesting. And it's got ports for a bunch of different languages, so I mean it's worth looking into. It's probably one of the frameworks I'd recommend to people. Hello, yes, are you real? Yes, I am real. Or wait, no, I'm a VTuber, right? So I'm virtual. I'm clearly not real. Now give the cat a gun. I already have a gun. And it's not a cat. So the full screen thing you're seeing right now is not actually full screen. Let me demonstrate. This is what I see. But I can make it full screen easy. Same performance. There's in Pygame 2 there's a flag for it that you can use when creating a window to make it so people can resize the window. It'll look nice and run well. The pixel perfect thing, I covered that in my tutorial series. Yeah. Wait, did I make the, I can't tell if the particle overlay might not be pixel perfect. I don't know. I think it is, though. You've been having a blast with what? Oh, Raylib. So I mean, it's fine. Like I said, there's a decent chance they fixed it right now. I forgot to make the issue to tell people, but and the issue is not something you'd really notice for most projects. It's just like when you do something with like all these particles I've got here, Pygame was actually slightly faster at that for whatever reason. I don't know what exactly they did, but it was like one of the functions that's meant for rendering a bunch of stuff at once. Didn't give a performance boost for whatever reason. So, yeah, like I said, there's a decent chance they fixed it, so it's not a reason to not use it. Ursina, I've been meaning to try it, but I'm busy. It's not a mouse either. Pickle or Jason? Jason. Always Jason. Well, if you can do Jason, use Jason. And if you're doing online stuff, never use pickle. Pickle's a security issue. People can inject code, and basically do whatever they want in your computer if they get access to a pickle file, like to modify it. So if you send a pickle file over the internet, people can inject code into that, like if they can intercept it. And then the receiver receives that, and they end up running whatever's inside it, where they can. So you can give people viruses by just intercepting that file as it goes across, which is really bad. So do not use pickle for anything networked. It's safer for offline stuff, but even then, I don't like to mess with it too much. I think I use it for one thing. I think I used it for my pixel art tool, but other than that, use JSON when you can. Anyways, so my to-do list, I get to knock off the crate drops. The next thing on my list is to animate the bird. I'll show you what bird that is. So if I go over, where is it? Wait a second, I thought it was supposed to be right here, but maybe it's over this way. I don't remember where I put it. Oh, that thing's still there. Oh. Man. Hold on. Gotta get rid of it. There we go. Oh, I got my upgraded ability. There's supposed to be a bird here somewhere. Where'd he go? Oh, he's an entity. That's why. Okay. So I guess if I spawn him as an entity, I'm not gonna have to add a tile animation system. I just need to give him an animation, which wouldn't take very long. Hold on, let's do this in man. So entity spawners are going to be an interesting system because this is an action RPG. So I don't want to just spawn all the entities for an area whenever you load the area, like, because then you can just walk out of an area, walk back in, and all the entities spawn again, which isn't great for an RPG in my opinion. I want it to be like somewhat time-based, so I'm going to have to do some special stuff there. And that'll probably interact with the save file later on. So the spawners will be on some sort of timer, and I just need to add spawners in general because I don't have that yet. I might use spawners with the ID system similar to crates, but yeah. So spawners aren't too complicated. That's another easy thing. Saving looks complicated, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I think it's more like the actual data side of it's easy. So where is it? There's a thing. Oh, that's also an entity, I guess. You can see it in the level editor, but there's a stone with a sword in it that was like, I think right here. I think right where I'm standing right here. And you're gonna be able to interact with it to save and probably heal. So that's not gonna be too bad. Level transitions, not too bad. Light zone is gonna be a bigger task though, and then ammo. But once I get through this list, I'm gonna do another release on Patreon, so you guys can take a look at the code and mess around with it a bit. Come on Patreon if you're interested in that. I'm hoping to stream. We'll get into streaming twice a week now, like 2 to 3 hours streams probably. So, yeah. Although, actually, when I get to the point where I'm making the website for this game, I'm gonna have to stop streaming. But yeah, so I think if I were to stream again and not work on this game between the next time I stream, but yeah, if I were to stream again without working on this game before then, I would probably get through most of the stuff on my list, which means theoretically sometime next week I'm hoping to have the Patreon release for the code. Is it possible to add multiplayer to that game? I was considering it. It's possible, yeah. Would it be a pain? Probably. But it would also probably be worth it. I think I'll probably release it normally, and then if people really like the game, I might add like a co-op, like an online co-op or something to play through the game, because that would just be fun. Or I could just like turn it into an MMO so you could see people walking around. That would be funny. Like not super interactive, but just you could see people walking around. If it can connect to one of my servers. And then yeah. How much longer would this have taken me without the classes I have already written? 20 hours, probably. So not too bad. So we're looking at 20 plus 40. So 60 hours to get this, probably. So a week and like a work week and a half. But if you're looking at how much time I've actually put into this so far, it's about 40. Because I already had the pre-built stuff. So I'm at yeah, 40 hours, which is a work week. How long have I been coding? 8 years. Yeah, over 8 years. I'm only 20 though. Anyways, so I'm gonna end the stream here because I did everything I wanted to do today. Hopefully next stream I'll get to knock out a bunch of things on this list, which, let's see, what day would that be? I might stream on Friday. So Friday starting around the same time, maybe? I can't promise it. I might stream before then as well, who knows? For those of you who are upset about coming to the stream and then 2 minutes later it ends, the stream's archive is always available. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream here.